particularly loud today. Some of you seem very keen at picking up on his snoring. Others of you can't hear his snoring. It's very low rumbling sound, and whether or not you can or you can't probably relates to the sensitivity of your hearing. We're actually going to talk about perfect pitch today and range of auditory detection. And so if you can hear Costello's snoring, enjoy. If you can't, enjoy. I want to talk about how the nervous system changes. What are these changes? Many of us have been captivated by the stories in the popular press about the addition of new neurons. This idea, oh, if you go running or you exercise, your brain actually makes new neurons. Well, I'm going to give you the bad news first, which is that after puberty, so after about age 14 or 15, the human brain and nervous system adds very few, if any, new neurons. The idea that new neurons could be added to the brain is one that has a rich history in experimental science. It's clear that in rodents and in some non-human primates, new neurons, a process called neurogenesis, can occur in areas of the brain such as the olfactory bulb, which is of course involved in smell, as well as a region of our hippocampus, a center of the brain involved in memory, called the dentate gyrus of the hippocampus. And there is strong evidence that new neurons can be added to those structures throughout the lifespan. In humans, the evidence is a little bit more controversial. It's clear that we can add new neurons to our olfactory bulb. In fact, if any of you have ever had the unfortunate experience of being hit on the head too hard, the wires called axons from those olfactory neurons that live in your nose can get sheared off because they have to pass through a bony plate called the cribriform plate, and the cribriform plate can shear those axons, and people can become what's called anosmic. They won't be able to smell. But over time, those neurons, unlike most all central nervous system neurons, can grow those connections back and even reestablish new neurons added to the olfactory bulb. They come from elsewhere deep in the brain and they migrate through a pathway called the rostral migratory stream. You can Google these words and look up some of the descriptions of this if you'd like to learn more. So, indeed, there's some evidence that the neurons responsible for smell can be replaced.
כן.